Well, good morning, guys. It's E here from Virginia Grace Living. My dog is saying good morning to you as well. He likes to be in the videos, apparently. See a little weird mic here on my hat. I'm trying to get a little better audio. I had a good mic, but it seems to be... It doesn't seem to be working as well as before. So try this one out. Hopefully you guys get a little better audio experience. Anyhow, so we've already been up this morning and we milked Rosie. We got a milking machine. And it was a little iffy at first, but I got it figured out. And we're still training her, kind of. So both of us are really in training, Rosie and us, of making it a morning routine. So I didn't really get any of that on video, just a couple short clips you might see there. But as we get better at it and it becomes more routine, it'll be something I can video. I just didn't want to get in the chaos of trying to learn this, that, and the other, and trying to set up a camera, and it's just too much right now. So as that develops and we get better at it and everything, I'll go ahead and share that experience with you. And but I will show you, we did get a little bit over a gallon of milk. So we got, I think, a gallon and a pint of milk this morning from her. So that's chilling in the fridge. And then we'll do it again tomorrow morning. And so if we get anywhere close to a gallon a day, that'll give us plenty of milk to do butter, cream, buttermilk, all those different things, cheese. So that's the goal eventually, is to get into doing all that. So it is a lot of work, but hey, it's a good education for the kids as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get the animals fed this morning, just the turkeys and the pigs real quick, and I'll check on the chickens, and then we'll see what else we get into. Turkey food. Got some more pig feed I got to pick up this week. So we use Sunrise Farms feed here. It's a locally milled, non-GMO feed. And then I also grab a little bit of this kelp for the pigs. It's a kelp mineral supplement. Just do a couple handfuls usually, and then we'll go feed that. Hey pigs, how are we doing this morning, sausage sisters? You guys ready to eat? All right. They've grown a nice size so far. They still have a couple months at least. We have, I think they're maybe about 4 or 5 months old. I'm going to grow them out until at least 9 to 10 months. Get around 275, 300 pounds, hopefully. Right now, they're, I'd say, at least close to 100 pounds. But they still got some weight to gain here. But they're growing nice. I like the shape of them. Nice long bellies. Good looking hams. Make some good hams and bacon. All right, let's go get these turkeys fed real quick. So our turkeys are broad-breasted whites, and we're growing those out for, I want to say, 22 weeks, 20 weeks, 22 weeks, something like that. They're getting big. I mean, they're probably big enough to butcher now, but we're going to let them get a little bit more size. But yeah, they're good growing turkey, as you can see right here. We'll go ahead and get these guys fed real quick. The garden's looking a little bit crazy. The weeds have gotten out of control. The tiller was down for a few weeks because I ordered a tire because it had a flat tire. First I tried to fix it. That didn't work. I just ended up messing up the tube that I was trying to put in it. So then I ordered a tire, got the wrong axle hole size, had to wait. So anyhow, I have the right tire on it now. I'm going to actually probably pull up, or well, weed whack the first planting of bush beans that I made. I think they're done. I've planted more in another plot. I may even pull up the green beans that are behind me that are on the trellis. That drought and the heat and that just did a number on them. So We're all about utility and making sure we have food. So I'm not going to sit there and nurse it and wait around and see if it produces. I'm going to be getting rid of that, retilling a few areas and replanting things. We still have a long growing season here. I will be planting the fall garden soon. I have some seeds I need to start for some of the fall garden stuff. But right now, I'm going to get back in the house, go eat breakfast, and then probably this afternoon or evening, I'll be out here working on the garden. So last night, we actually separated Beefcake and Rosie into different stalls in the barn in order for her to hold back a little bit of milk so we can milk her this morning. So it seemed to have worked out because before, when we started, we were maybe only getting about a quart here and there. Then again, I knew she was kind of withholding a little bit as well because she definitely still had milk in her udders, but she wasn't really letting down. I think, we're all getting used to each other. Everything is a development process. Um, but she's doing really well. And so is her calf, as you saw them out on the pasture there. Eating well. They have minerals, water, all that, doing really well. So hopefully they get used to the separation at night. That was a little bit stressful, I think, for them this first night. They were, calling back and forth to each other quite a bit, but they could see each other, so they know that they're there. So I think, if we keep doing this as a routine, that it'll just get better with time, and we'll get milk, he'll get milk until he's ready to be weaned off. So we've had this chilling in here for the last couple hours, just get the milk chilled. Yeah, that's what we ended up with. We have half gallon, and a pint here. So a gallon and a pint. It's pretty good this morning, so we're going to keep doing it and seeing how it goes. Morning, cows. So I'm here at our milk share. We're still having our milk share right now because we haven't canceled it yet. So we do a herd share, dairy herd share, and pick up once a week. Right now we've been getting a gallon and a half of milk so that we can have our raw milk. And so yeah, we've been getting a gallon and a half of milk here a week, and we've enjoyed it. It's good, but we have a dairy cow, so we're not going to need to do it too much longer. It's important to keep this stuff cold. Hey, cows. Alright, so we're back over here. Alright, so we're back at our farm now, and I'm trying to decide what I want to attack first. So it's hot out here. I'm sitting in the shade of the golf cart. It's kind of nice, but it's about to be really hot, so I'm gonna be sweating here. But you gotta make hay with the sun shining, right? So I'm trying to decide tiller and kind of cultivate lightly, or not so deep anyhow. Cultivate in here in between before some of these pumpkins take off, because I really missed the opportunity to do that with the melon patch here, and the weeds have really kind of gotten crazy in here, but the vines have already spread out, so I can't really get in between those. I did do it early on, but I needed to do it again, and that's when my tiller stopped working, and it is what it is. You live and learn. But anyhow, so I think I'm gonna start over here, and then behind me, I'm probably gonna pull up the whole row of slicing cucumbers, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep the pickling or not. I like pickles, and we've made probably over 70 jars already, and I have a whole box inside. I could probably make another 20-30 jars if I wanted to, and I don't know if I want to keep messing with pickles right now, so I could make space for something else and get that weeds and everything else out of there. I'm gonna pull up I'm gonna go through the weed whacker and get rid of the whole row of bush beans because I just planted new ones in the empty spot where I put the potatoes. So we're just gonna do some work and see what we get into in here, and I'll just go with the flow and do what I can, and we'll take it from there.
All right, I got the weeds knocked down in between the rows there. You can still see some green in there, but I'm hoping I didn't pull all of it out. So the sun right now is hot. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain right now. So hopefully it'll burn up those weeds that are sitting on the surface and dry them out so that when it does rain, they don't re-root. Like I said, these cucumbers have seen better days. The heat really did a number on them. I actually see some powdery mildew type damage over there as well. So it's time to just get these pulled up. Like I said, I could nurse it along and see if I get more, but the quality is not there. So if the quality is not there and it's taking up space, it's got to go. So same thing kind of with these green beans. I think they've just been so hot they haven't been able to set blooms. They've got some blooms on them now, so I might give these another couple weeks and make sure I get all the big oversized beans off of here so that it helps produce. But there's no actual green beans on here right now, so there are some blooms, so maybe we'll give it a shot and see if it bounces back. But this row right here we're going to go ahead and get rid of. That's all the bush beans that I planted first part of the season. I really got to get these weeds knocked down in between the okra. It's just that part of the season where it becomes very challenging to stay on top of the weeds. If you're anything like me, leave a comment and let me know how your garden's doing with the weeds this year. Anyhow, I'm going to bust out the weed eater, start pulling up some of these poles, and I'm going to go to town in here, and then we're going to hit it with the tiller. Most of the weeds down, at least in between the okra. I mean, there's still going to be a grass mound kind of going here, but they're starting to get tougher. So this okra plants are pretty tough at the base, so they can tolerate a little bit of weed eater pressure. No, obviously not hitting it full strength, but just trying to trim the little more tender grass along the base of the plant. These tomatoes are looking pretty rough over here. The tomatoes have seen better days, but they're still holding on, so they're still staying in for a little bit longer anyways, at least another 3 weeks to a month maybe. And then these will come up and get turned over. But yeah, you can see some of these tomatoes they couldn't take the heat. Even when you can water, whenever it's consistently hot and dry all day, there's not a whole lot you can do sometimes for some of these tomatoes. I could have maybe done a shade cloth or something like that, but it's just not feasible for the amount that I have here. So anyhow, we're still getting plenty. The peppers for the most part look pretty good. You can see that plant's looking good. It's got some bell peppers on it. So these are mostly all the sweet peppers here. I got a bunch of habaneros here. They're always shorter, bushier plants, but let's see. They're loading up with peppers though, so let's take a look real quick. Lots of weeds around these. I need to come in and hand pull still. It's just a lot of work. All right, but you can see we're getting lots of habaneros. That's just one plant, and I have several down this row here. We got some jalapenos. Those are doing really good here. You can see they're putting on plenty of jalapenos, so I could really pick a lot of these if I wanted to. I like to let them turn red a lot of the time though for hot sauce. And then these are cap 455. something like that. Super prolific pepper variety from white hot peppers. These are the jalapeno Chernobyl, kind of funky looking here. Another plant there, a couple. But yeah, we got a few varieties out here. So we got some super hots that are starting to put on peppers too, I think. Let me see if I can find some. Yeah, there we go. I don't remember which plant this is, but look at those pods. You know those bad boys are gonna be hot. And then there's one down here that's definitely gonna be a hot one. So this looks like some type of scorpion or something, maybe. We'll see. So even though a lot of the garden looks kind of rough, we're still getting a ton of tomatoes. Everything's doing pretty good as far as that goes. So I'm out here picking right now. I like to pick them whenever they're we did get a lot of this blossoming right this year, partially just from all that drought we had, and we did try to water as much as possible. But again, when you have a big garden and you're on a well, you don't want to just sit there and run your water all the time. So just have to take some loss, and that's all right. Pigs don't really mind those tomatoes, so we'll give those that, you know, some of these like that. But at the same time, we got plenty of good ones as well. That one's good. So yeah, I'm actually running out of room here. And I still got a few to pick here and on that side. But either way, we'll just pile them up on here and get them in the house. All right, so original plan was to do some more okra over here where I tilled this up, but I don't have any more okra seed right now, and I honestly don't know if it's gonna do enough before, you know, it gets cold again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take what's barren here and over here, and I'm gonna do cover crop. So I have some buckwheat seed that I bought a while back that I intended for a warm season cover crop. So I got this from Johnny's. I don't know how much. I think this is a pound. Might be 5 pounds. It's not 5 pounds. Anyways, should be plenty enough seed to seed in here and over here. And then we're about to get some rain, I think, here in a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and cover crop this with the buckwheat. And the good thing is buckwheat is a fast growing cover crop. So I should be able to get a decent little stand of this going, and in about 4 or 5 weeks, mow it down and till it in with the soil, and it should be beneficial for the soil and help suppress some weeds. So this will be kind of my first experience with cover crops, but I've read a lot about them, watched a few videos. They just seem very beneficial for your land. If you want to build your soil, cover crops are really good. This could be considered a green manure is what they call it. So when you cut it, then you're tilling in that organic matter. It brings in some beneficial nutrients from the roots being pulled up from down below. And then, just that green organic matter is going to help put some nitrogen and other nutrients back into the soil. But aside from that, buckwheat is a broadleaf type plant. So the broadleaf will direct sunlight. It won't allow sunlight to hit the surface or the ground. So it will actually smother out weeds and everything else, because they just won't be able to get the available light that this buckwheat's going to be taking up. But anyway, guys, I do appreciate you watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it, and it wasn't just me rambling on. But if you do have any questions, let me know. I'm learning along with you guys. So this is my first time doing a cover crop, but definitely look into it and see what you think. I will be starting my fall garden seeds soon in the next video. So keep an eye out for that. At least some of them anyways. I'll be starting some
rutabagas and collards and cabbage and stuff like that probably. So keep an eye out for that. I got to get my greenhouse put together. I do plan on doing a little bit of a late planting of some greenhouse cucumbers and tomatoes in there and stuff. So really fall is right around the corner. So if you haven't started thinking about planting a fall garden, you really should. Here in Virginia, we can almost grow year round. So I'm going to be getting some collards and some nice hardy greens in the ground. Get those in the ground around, you know, mid to late August, early September. And they'll grow, you know, most of the greens here will grow throughout the winter and tolerate a little bit of frost here. So, but yeah, that's really my favorite time to grow. It's not so hot and everything, but if you're interested, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button and share with your friends if they're interested or you think somebody might be interested. And as always, guys, thanks for watching and God bless.